Today's subject is lifespan and why we age and why we don't have it. Introduction. Let me ask a simple question to everybody that how long you wish to live? 60 years, 80 years, 100 years, beyond 100 years, or simply feel younger like a 20 years old at this age. What do you want? Please note down your answer yourself. I don't want to hear the answer. But at the last, I will ask the same question. This is a picture of beautiful children, the old photograph, whereas it's from 1930s something. The same photograph of same era. Now all these people had a vibrant life once upon a time. Now, unfortunately, the persons behind these photographs are now perhaps fertilizing the flowers somewhere, and now the death is too sad and paralyzing to dwell each and every day. We can't live remembering that we will die. But often we realize the fact too late. When it comes to knocking, and if we are not prepared, it can be devastating. As a species, Homo sapien, that is human being, we are living much longer than ever, but not much better. Earlier, the average lifespan was much lesser than what it is today. Because of development of medical science and development of comfort zones and technology has advanced so far that we have started living longer. But it doesn't mean that the quality of life has also changed. Over the past century, we have gained additional years, but not the additional life. Not life worth living anyway. When we think of living to 100, think, God forbid, because we have seen that those final decades look like, how they look like. And for most people, they don't look appealing at all. Ventilators, drug cocktails, broken hip, diapers, chemotherapy and radiation, and surgery after surgery. These are the scenario of the final decade of the life in most cases. Sure, little by little, millennia by millennia, we have been adding years to the average human life. Prolonged vitality, meaning not just more years of life, but more active, healthy, and happy ones. We wish to gain more period which are active, healthy, and happy. Why we age? Now comes the question. Why we age? The causes of aging. The root cause. Among all the causes, the root cause is loss of information. What information? There are two types of information in the body. One is genetic information. Second is epigenetic information. There are two distinct things. They are not the same. Of course, epigenetic information is derived from the genetic information, but that is not the same thing. It is the loss of epigenetic information that causes aging, not genetic information, which is intact. Every time it is intact and it doesn't change. I will tell why. This is a gene. It's a double helical structure composed of four elements: A, T, C, G, adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. So this is the epigenome. The same gene is spindled around, and the particular portion of gene is exposed, which is required for the particular cell. For example, liver cell requires certain functions. It should look like something and should do something. So particular genes, they are only exposed. Rest of the genes are bundled and kept inside. That is called epigenetic information. Why it is so? Why nature has done like that? It could have kept all the genes intact without any epigenetic information. Also, from genetic information, also cells could have functioned. The reason is The genetic information is stored in digital format. It's a quaternary coding. In computer now, we have binary coding, 0 and 1. People must be knowing this. But nature has gone one step ahead, rather two steps ahead. It's a quaternary coding A, T, C, G. Change one molecule and the code will change. The epigenetic information is present in the analog format because the digital format is always intact and is responsible for reproduction and dissemination of genetic information to the next generation. Whereas the analog format is responsible for the identity of the cell and defines its precise role, but prone to distortion and deterioration over a period of time. The epigenetic information is coded in each of the cells in our body, which give them their identity, who they are, what are their functions, and what their morphology is. The benefit of being analog is that the information can be read right away and requires no decoding. It is already decoded and present in the epigenetic information. All the cells have. This makes the cell performance jobs faster. If the cells won't have this and they have to depend on the genetic information, every time that has to be decoded and other codes will interfere. With passage of time and with aging, the analog information which they carry becomes blurred due to wear and tear. It is called epigenetic noise, which is similar to the scratch or distortions in a cassette tape or vinyl disc. We have already all seen those equipments where the cassette can be distorted, the vinyl disc can be distorted, and after some time it is unusable. First of all, the quality will deteriorate, then it will be unusable. So, what is the next? The damage repair. Body has a damage repair mechanism. What is that? The key player is the sirtuins. This is a gene present in all the living beings. According to their species number may vary. We have 7 types of sirtuins in human beings. Out of that, sirtuin 1 is mostly responsible for repair and maintenance of that body damage, cell damage, and to say precisely, the epigenetic loss of epigenetic information or creation of epigenetic noise. They used to repair and clear the noise so that the cell will function again to its required parameters. Now, sirtuins are the special type of genes are responsible to protect us from diseases and aid the process to restore epigenetic information in the cells. Their work is a part of defense mechanism. The word defense mechanism is very important of our body and respond to exercise and diet. It is proved beyond doubt. It is all what I am telling is already proved by different level of scientists. Not only him. After that, people have started doing the same experiment, and all have proved same thing. And this David A. Sinclair has got received Nobel Prize. Human beings have at least 7 types of sirtuins. As I told, the sirtuin 1 acts in response to stressful conditions or crisis of the body. Because fasting, exercise, and dieting, they are all stressful conditions. So this is one example. Their activity gradually decreases over age due to lack of some enzymes like NAD. Now here is the important thing. At the age of 20, if we have n number of NAD. NAD is an enzyme, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, that is the full form. That is present in every person. Maybe sounding like some technical, but I am just telling this is what I have to use. This is the NAD is present in every person. But the number of NAD present at the age of 20 years becomes half when you reach 50 years of age. So without NAD, the sirtuins cannot work. They are dependent upon a number of NAD present in the cells. Gradually, with age, your NAD level is decreasing. That's why older people get much problems, much more diseases than the younger people. then what is the path? What is the pathway we can adapt? This is a natural mechanism which is acting on its own. Now, if you don't have sufficient energy, or your system is not acting to repair those cells, the only way to repair those cells to original epigenetic information stage is CTN 1, so to say. Then, what are the mechanism to stimulate that artificially or at our level, so that our body will respond to the damages done by these factors, aging factor, diseases, or something like that. First pathway. I am coming directly. Earlier I had so many slides, I deleted those because I am coming directly to the solution. No if and but, no at all. Directly. First pathway. Activate the defense. Activate your defense mechanism. How? Avoid sugars and eat less carbohydrates. And I am not telling you. It is written and proved that whoever takes much sugar in it and take much carbohydrates, his defense is weak. Second, regular exercise and at least thrice a week, at least. It is not quantified according to your own capability. You can do exercise, but at least regular exercise. Regular, do whatever you do it regularly. Do intermittent fasting. Skip meals randomly. Randomly you skip meal. If you can fast for a day, means you can take food at the evening, but morning breakfast and lunch you can easily skip. It is not a problem. Everybody has gone through so many compulsions also, so that they have to skip the meal. So if you can do it willingly, it will be better. Skip meals randomly. Now, I think today we are benefited. Today we are benefited. Every week we skip one meal and it's beneficial to everybody. But who is attending this meeting? It's a lighter part. Very good, yeah. At least we have one thing. And the last part is never overeat. After fasting, if you overeat, then the benefit is gone. If you fast is for fasting and take a normal food. Quantity should be normal, not overeat. Now, the first pathway is this. The second pathway, CTN1 activation, again this fasting and everything, it activates the CTN1. What happens? Fasting conditions, calorie restrictions, this directly activates inside the nucleus, it activates the CTN1. And CTN1 is activated, of course, by the help of NAD. Whatever NAD is present, it will take the NADs and act accordingly. Now, second one, metformin. I just told you that CTN1 to work requires NAD. But if there is a very less number of NAD, after the age of 50, 60 years, the level of NAD becomes 50 to 40%. 40 to 50% NAD, it is everybody, no exception. Age gradually reduces the NAD level. So what to do? Metformin is one medicine which is widely available, freely available. Acts as a direct CTN1 activator even in low NAD levels. By activating the CTNs, it not only repairs the cells but also thereby prevent heart disease, cancer, and Alzheimer's disease. These are all age-related problems. So this is not exhaustive. There are all diseases. This is exemplary but not exhaustive. Other diseases also, which are age-related, they are prevented. And this is 100% true, experimented by many people, and they have come to a conclusion. Now people are in US, people are going to doctors to prescribe metformin, they cannot prescribe. Without diabetes, I will prescribe. If the doctor understands this, he will prescribe. Now the question comes, who will take metformin? Because primarily this metformin, when it was discovered, it was prescribed for diabetic persons. Probably people know it. Metformin is an anti-diabetic drug. It's oral hypoglycemic drug. Fortunately, metformin, if you take 4 grams per day also, it will not cause you hypoglycemia. It will not have any side effects. Normal person can take metformin, and the required dose is only 1 gram. No, 1 gram. 500 milligram twice a day. It is a recommended dose for non-diabetic persons for longevity. Otherwise, people have started calling this metformin as longevity medicine now. They have started calling it. In books also it is now mentioned the longevity medicine. But sir, my father is diabetic. He takes this. Yes, it will benefit him also. Metformin will work on his own if you have diabetes or not. It will work the same as a non-diabetic person, and you will notice if a person is taking, in long-standing cases of diabetes, they will take 2 grams per day, 1 gram in the morning and 1 gram in the evening. It's a normal dose for chronic diabetic cases, but it will benefit them also. It is studied that the persons who are diabetic and take metformin, and those who are dependent upon other medicine without metformin, the difference is totally visible. The persons who are taking metformin, they seldom have any diseases like this cancer, Alzheimer's disease, and heart disease that protect them. There are so many things that will come later on now. Now, this is CTN 1 is present in the nucleus of the cell. This is a picture. The CTN 1 is activated by metformin directly. This is a schematic diagram. Third pathway. If you don't have NAD, then is there any way to increase the number of NAD in your body? Yes. Long ago, they have discovered a molecule called resveratrol. Resveratrol. Resveratrol is a compound found in the grapes. It's a natural product. Grapes. That's why they started thinking that it is an antioxidant drug. Antioxidant drug. It is an antioxidant. It is a small quantity of antioxidant also. But the original thought of being antioxidant is now failed. Now the real work of resveratrol is it boosts the NAD. It increases the NAD, number of NAD in our bodies, and it is present in the grapes, that is black grapes. That's why people started telling that you take red wine, you will not have heart disease. People have asked me so many times why red wine is prescribed to prevent heart disease. Not that you consume a whole bottle, but take red wine, it contains resveratrol. Of course, if you don't want to take wine or anything like that, it is available commercially. It's not only today, it is since last 20 years it is available commercially. People, those who know, they get it and they consume it. Another is NMN. NMN is also available. The original manufacturer of NMN is this fellow only, David A. Sinclair. Of course, after that, so many companies they have started producing this. And after that, true NAD itself, it is available. It is a recent thing. NAD is available in market. You can purchase and take. So, in nutshell, at least we can take resveratrol or NMN, which is available in the market, and that is not compulsory. But if you follow the earlier pathways, it is good. Now, fourth pathway, it's very important. People will be against me for this because I am telling this. mTOR, one enzyme is there, it is called mTOR. It is everywhere, everybody has this enzyme. If it is very high, it will damage your body. It is low, it is always better to keep it low. It is present in high, level in young individuals, and that is beneficial for them because it enhances protein synthesis. Because in young adults, protein synthesis is required. It is a needed thing. But after that, although useful during younger age, its presence is very high and leads to rapid aging, heart disease, and cancer in later age also. It continues to persist. Why it is dangerous? Because it is damaging to the body. It is known to be activated by intake of mammalian proteins, that is red meat. Red meat has got certain amino acids which are they immediately activate uh, mTOR, which immediately produces more proteins and stores the protein in the body, which is detrimental to health. So, in nutshell, red meat is very dangerous after certain age. Not in early age, but after certain age, red meat is totally dangerous. And those who don't take any meat, it's a different thing. But if you want to take meat, take white meat, fish, chicken, and everything. Always better to avoid much of meat, but safely white meat can be taken, not red meat. The fifth pathway, which is not in our hands, this is the Yamanaka factor. Its scientist Shinya Yamanaka is awarded Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 2012, jointly awarded Nobel Prize for the discovery that mature cells can be reprogrammed to become pluripotent. That means it can reset the cells to their original state. So how he has done this? Yamanaka factor has been integrated into a virus. Then the virus became in Yamanaka factor. And if you inject the virus in one person, it will immediately proliferate and it will infect all the cells. Now it will inject this Yamanaka factor into all the cells of our body, and all the cells are reprogrammed. How interesting it is. Unfortunately, this is still in the clinical trial stage. It has not come to market or not practiced legally. Illegally, people are doing it. But legally, it is not allowed till date because anything which is discovered in medicine, it will take at least 10 years to establish clinically. Clinical phase 1 trial, phase 2 trial, phase 3, then phase 4, manufacturing process. So many things are there. Even any vaccine comes, it comes after 10 years of discovery. So it is still yet to come to market. But we are hopeful that 2012 and 2022 is not far. And after 2022, we may expect this factor to be marketed. And after this marketing, anybody can reset their own age. That's why I ask you, what is your age you want to live again?